Sananda. Discover the power within you. I am Sananda, and I have come to be with you in this moment. In these times when you are certainly learning to move beyond the matrix more and more. Even the very idea of knowing the matrix, of knowing that it is an illusion, is a remarkable achievement, far beyond that of your fellow beings. Think of it not in terms of ego, as if you're already beyond, but as a step toward a point where you recognize the power that is within you, recognize the consciousness of unity, recognize that we are all one, and that you can truly be the one. This is what it's all about, helping you, guiding you toward the point where you recognize and realize who you truly are. And once you begin to recognize who you are, you will remember who you have been on many previous occasions. Not just past lives here on this planet, in this evolution, but also times long ago, very long ago, reaching back into galaxies, systems, and destinies of remote ages. And you will find that you are ready, this time, once again, just as in ancient times, to carry out your mission, whatever it may be, for which you came here. And certainly, all of you came here to be those who open the way, those who pave the path so that others may follow. Think about it in terms of how many people you know out there who even know about the ring pass not, who know about a dimensional doorway, who even think in terms of dimensions, that it is changing, it is happening slowly, we will say here. But know that it is certainly emerging in terms of people beginning to awaken to what you have already awakened to. And you are truly paving the way to bring about those great changes that have been spoken of, in terms of the transformation you are all undergoing and the transition you are experiencing now. So please understand that you are all here to experience the door within yourselves first, and then to prepare that door for others who will be ready to walk through it, when their time comes, when they reach the frequency necessary for that to happen. Just as you are drawing closer and closer to that frequency. This is what it's all about. I am Sananda, and I now leave you in peace, love, and unity, so that you may continue to recognize and realize the immense power you hold within you, as you become more and more the one who will bring about the great changes that are coming. Deepening our Discernment. July 22nd is the day celebrated by billions of people around the world as Mary Magdalene's birthday and Ascension Day. Every year, on this day, Mother Mary and the myriad of feminine aspects of divinity operating from the celestial realms co-create with Mary Magdalene a global activity of light. The divine intent of this light activity is always to empower whatever the greatest need of humanity is at that time. This is accomplished with all the divine momentum of the love of our Divine Mother and the Divine Feminine. This year, 2026, Mary Magdalene is assisting the multidimensional consciousness of every person's I Am presence, offering the opportunity to meet the greatest need of the moment. That need is humanity's rapid evolutionary transition into Christ consciousness. From on high, we're told that this shift will take place at supersonic speed over the next 5 years. This event, which the Company of Heaven initially thought would take centuries to accomplish, will be co-created through the joint efforts of heaven and earth. Because awakened humanity is offering itself as an open door for the unprecedented frequencies of divine light that Mother Earth and all her life are now able to bear, our victory is assured. This has allowed Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her to ascend into new cosmic coordinates and to comprehend in new ways the downloads of sacred knowledge contained within the far superior solar light codes, gamma rays, photon light, and solar plasma now being gifted to us by our great central sun and the other central sun logoi in Earth's evolutionary line. This rapid evolutionary shift toward Christ consciousness has been made possible by the purification and transfiguration of the dense, tar-like psychic astral realm of illusion. That grossly distorted realm enveloped and oppressed all life on Mother Earth. This dense buildup of dequalified energy formed over eons due to humanity's negative thoughts, words, actions, and feelings. This dense, tarry substance blocked humanity's ability to receive much of the help offered not only by the ascended and cosmic beings in the realms of illumined truth, but also by our elder brethren who have strived to help us for millennia from their far more advanced galaxies. Now, however, since this dense, grossly distorted psychic astral realm has been transfigured, everything has changed. At the beginning of this decade, 2020 to 2030, our Father Mother God told us that they would grant us a cosmic dispensation that would allow the ascended and cosmic beings in the realms of illumined truth and our elder brethren from galaxies beyond galaxies to work with awakened humanity in ways never before attempted. They told us that during this 10-year period, I, you, and the rest of awakened humanity would accomplish our divine missions and change the course of history from Mother Earth and all life evolving upon her. We are now beginning to see exactly what our divine parents meant by that statement. During the first 5 years of this life-transforming decade, lightworkers around the world have worked in collaboration with the Company of Heaven, orchestrating literally millions of light activities that have successfully dismantled the chains of limitation and the shadows that have shrouded humanity's souls for eons. Now, as a result of that divine victory, our Father Mother God has confirmed that during the second half of this decade, Mother Earth's ascension process will undergo a powerful acceleration. The guidance we are receiving from the Company of Heaven and our elder brethren in the Galactic Federation of Light will now be far more evident and tangible. Humanity, the elemental kingdom, and Mother Earth will now receive this guidance from the beings of light in the realms of illumined truth and our elder brethren, unobstructed by the psychic astral realm of illusion and the forces of imbalance that have tried to prevent us from receiving the light for millennia. The systems of worlds included in the Galactic Federation of Light are far more advanced than Earth's evolution. This is true because they did not undergo the fall from grace. Our fall into the abyss of separation and duality delayed Mother Earth's progress for eons. While we floundered in the quagmire of our miscreations, the Pleiades, Arcturus, Andromeda, Sirius, and many other systems of worlds progressed without hindrance. Now, at last, Mother Earth has reached a vibrational frequency that will allow our elder brothers and sisters to work with our I Am presence in powerful ways. These extraterrestrial sons and daughters of God already live on peaceful, heart-based planets like the one we are co-creating for Mother Earth. Now, with their loving support and encouragement, they are engaging to help us understand what it will mean for us to live in that kind of reality. They are sharing powerful tools with us that we can use to accelerate our transfiguration on the new Earth. Our elder brethren are not permitted to do this for us, but they are gifting us with sacred knowledge, heart-based guidance, and information that will help us do it for ourselves. As our elder brethren intensify their collaboration, some recalcitrant souls who are still struggling with all their might to maintain power and corruption are trying to distort this help to lead us astray. Now, however, because we are able to discern the vibrational frequency of the message and determine whether it comes from the heart or not, it is much more difficult to deceive or trick us. Now, to help address this challenge, Mary Magdalene has established that empowering awakened humanity's discernment and our ability to spot false and inaccurate information that some claim comes from the Galactic Federation of Light is one of the absolute priorities of the moment. Today, in response to this need, and with the permission of every person's I Am presence, Mary Magdalene is co-creating with our Divine Mother, Mother Mary, and the feminine aspects of divinity throughout the universe a powerful field of force of light within the heart flame of every person on Earth. This multidimensional frequency of celestial light pulses with the divine qualities of discernment, divine wisdom, and infinite gratitude. Beloved, if you feel the call of your heart, for a sublime moment, breathe in and out deeply. Feel the full embrace of this exquisite light that anchors the divine qualities of discernment, divine wisdom, and infinite gratitude in the divinity of your heart flame. This field of force of light from the feminine aspects of divinity throughout the universe is now being secured in the heart flame of every son and daughter of God on Earth. This is being victoriously accomplished through divine grace, guidance, and the permission of every person's I Am presence, in perfect alignment with their divine plan and highest good. And so it is. Beloved I Am that I Am. This divine intervention will now help us not to be deceived by misinformation and false news that recalcitrant and sleeping souls use to confuse us and keep us trapped in fear and anxiety. These resistant souls are clearly understanding that they have no power to manipulate us once we have awakened, and our I Am presence takes control of our earthly bodies. At this time, they are desperately trying to prevent the masses of humanity from experiencing the unprecedented opportunity of the rapid evolutionary shift toward Christ consciousness, with which we will be blessed over the next 5 years. Now, to foster the success of this aspect of the divine plan, let us encode the following profound truth into the highest aspects of our knowing. I Am that I Am presence is an intelligent being of light with a pure and perfect consciousness. It is the only begotten Son of God. It is my divine self. Where my attention is, there I am. Whatever I focus my thoughts and feelings upon, I manifest into my life experiences. Therefore, I choose to consistently keep my attention on my I Am presence and the kingdom of heaven, which resides within the flame of my heart. Within this sacred space, God's will is the only will that acts, and God's perfect results are assured. I am one with all life. Separation no longer exists. My I Am presence is now the divine director of all my material experiences. I give my I Am presence freedom of action in every aspect of my life. I am visualizing my I am presence through my fifth-dimensional crystalline solar light bodies. As I advance on the path of light, my I am presence is manifesting tangibly in my being and my surroundings as I co-create the new earth. I am that I am. And so it is. God bless you, Patricia Cota-Robles. Archangel Michael. Sponge or mirror? The only struggle, the only thing a person truly fights for is the struggle for energy. There are two ways to obtain energy: finding the source within yourself, or seeking energy externally, that is, from your fellow beings. Today, with more and more people oppressed by the events of our time, sometimes to the point of mental and physical collapse, an adequate supply of life energy is more important than ever. More and more people are living through existential crises, and fewer are able to hide the lack of something that compromises their happiness. So they set out in search of something, and they will find you. The energy vampire begins its work. People who avoid the path of transformation need an external source of energy to somehow manage to cope with their own lives. These people develop an incredible sense for knowing where and from whom they can obtain or draw energy. I'm sure it has happened to you already. You had a nice conversation with someone and afterwards you are so exhausted, as if you had been carrying stones all day. There is only one thing to do. Stop having superficial conversations. Cheap chatter leads nowhere. What does someone expect from you? Therefore, the first and most important task is to understand. What does this person want from me? Do they want to pour their problems onto me without changing anything about themselves? Or are they seeking advice so they can change something? This is the basis for a fruitful exchange or a pointless conversation. Sponge or mirror? Decide for yourself what you want to be for your friends and fellow beings. A sponge that absorbs everything, or a mirror in which the other person can see themselves. Make this fundamental decision for yourself. What do you want to be? A sponge or a mirror? After that, everything will be easy. Just a little practice and you will become a master of managing your energy. However, it can often happen that you feel inexplicably exhausted. The main reasons are two. You found yourself in the middle of a crowd, shopping, at an event, etc., or you are undergoing an energetic siege or an attack on a subtle level. Archangel Michael. Affirmation for both situations. There is this effective affirmation. I state your name here. I ask you, Archangel Michael, to return all foreign energies to their senders or to destroy them. Thank you for this. As long as you don't personally know the exact connections, always ask Archangel Michael for help. You will be amazed at how effective this method is and how quickly you will be freed from foreign energies. Call upon Archangel Michael and prepare for the unexpected. Soul connections. What they are and how they can sometimes cause a breakup. Sometimes you meet someone and immediately feel that they are different. It's deeper. It's as if you have known each other long before this life. You feel a sense of recognition that transcends your earthly personality, and your heart opens in a way you cannot explain. This is what we call a soul connection. A soul connection is exactly what its name suggests. It is a connection between two souls. It exists before personality, ego, and life stories take shape. A soul connection is timeless and woven into the very fabric of the universe. When you recognize such a connection, you realize that within you exists a greater and more powerful awareness than your everyday self. It is the awareness of your soul. The fact that you perceive this connection means something profound, that within you operates a consciousness that extends far beyond the ego. This type of soul connection is never coincidental. It has a purpose, which is to expand the soul consciousness of those involved. But it has consequences. Your consciousness loosens its identification with the personality and gradually aligns with something deeper. It aligns with what you truly are. The impact of the soul and soul connections. In a certain sense, the soul is born on earth. Everything built on fear and control comes under pressure. Old structures begin to crack. One of these structures is the traditional form of marriage or civil union as we know it. In conventional relationships, partners are often locked into predefined patterns, roles, expectations, and unspoken rules. When one of them steps out of these patterns, fear, jealousy, or anger can quickly arise. And that's not how it should be. A soul connection works in the opposite way. It is founded on unconditional love. Its deepest desire is not to hold on to the other person, but to set them free, to help them grow, to flourish, and to become fully themselves. Possession is inconceivable. The soul knows no fear of loss, because a soul connection is eternal and timeless. The inner bond exists regardless of circumstances and forms. The soul is rooted in the unconditional love of the universe and is free from fear. Therefore, Structures based on fear are fundamentally alien to its nature. When love meets structure, this is where tension can often arise. The conflict emerges when a soul connection manifests as a romantic relationship, and that relationship, in accordance with the expectations of the personalities involved, develops into a traditional partnership. The soul's desire for freedom and growth then clashes with the limiting structure of the personality. The light of the soul collides with the fear that arises when we cling to another person, claim them, and sometimes unconsciously reduce them to a possession. When we speak of my wife or my husband, that little word, my, often carries a subtle sense of possession born of fear. Possession does not belong to the realm of the soul. The soul knows only unconditional love, eternal and timeless. In its essence, this conflict is an inner process projected outward. The light of the soul touches old fears: fear of loss, fear of change, fear of not being enough. If one partner is unwilling to undertake this inner process, the breakup becomes inevitable. The soul cannot be confined within the fear-based ideas of the partner about how a relationship should be, even when that partner is the twin soul. The invitation welcoming a soul connection into your life means choosing what love truly is, rather than what tradition imposes upon us. This requires something from us: the willingness to let go of old ideas about love and relationships based on fear. To avoid separation, we must abandon our preconceptions about how relationships should be. This requires trust, in life and in love itself. Only then can the wonderful dance of two souls fully unfold on earth. A dance without chains, without demands, sustained solely by the intention to uplift each other. When two souls dance together in freedom, something extraordinary emerges. A powerful, elevated vibration is created that goes far beyond what a single person can generate alone. It becomes a gift to the earth itself, a living example of what becomes possible when love is no longer based on fear, but on freedom and growth. There is no end an ordinary relationship can end. A soul connection cannot. The bond is timeless. And the growth you offer each other remains forever. Do you have the courage? Do you have the courage to abandon the old patterns and let your soul's dance manifest? If so, a love awaits you that will not only illuminate your life but also bring more light to the world around you. Gerrit, Gielen. Adama of Telos. The resurrection flame is one of the many attributes of God. You can resurrect your finances. You can resurrect your bodies. You can resurrect family harmony. And you can resurrect a great number of things you wish to expand in your life. You can use the words, I am, knowing they represent the unlimited aspect of yourself. Or you can say something like, from the Lord God of my being, I now call forth to receive a great infusion of the resurrection flame into every cell, atom, and electron of my physical body, my emotional body, my mental body, my etheric body, my elemental body, and all my subtle bodies. I wish to heal and resurrect all aspects of my life. Name other things you personally wish to resurrect, such as finances, talents, memories, harmony, etc. Heaven isn't even the limit to how you can use this energy. If you experience any lack in your life, if your body is not in a state of luminosity and immortality, if you are not yet manifesting absolute divine beauty, youth, and perfection, it means that the electrons composing your physical structure are still undergoing distortions. Call upon the resurrection flame to come to your aid. Group question: how often should we do this? Adama. In your dimension, where energy moves so slowly, unlike ours where creation is instantaneous, you must focus on what you want to create several times a day until you obtain the desired results. You must also add feelings of love and gratitude to your focus on your creation. If you focus only once, your chances of manifesting what you desire are quite slim. It is not about repeating affirmations like a parrot, but about sending your loving thoughts throughout the day as you go about your activities, with the absolute awareness that your creation is manifesting through your love and intention. This is how the laws of manifestation work. If you choose to use affirmations, which are very helpful, make sure to repeat them not as a plea, but as a declaration of loving intention, with all the intensity of emotion coming from your heart, infusing into the object of your desire as much faith and gratitude as possible. It is always helpful to visualize the resurrection flame as a golden orange-yellow energy, luminescent like a summer sunset. Make it real. Give it life in your heart and mind, because as you visualize it, so it becomes. If you desire healing, infuse that energy into the problem you wish to resolve, and make sure you hold it long enough to get the desired results. The energies of the flames are connected to each of your chakras. As your consciousness evolves, you will discover that many other chakras will activate, and you will know many more than just the 7 flames. All the flames work individually and together in a synchronized way, like rainbows of light to assist and support you. Think of energies like the flame of joy, the flame of harmony, the flame of comfort and peace, etc. Their wonders are simply infinite. One who serves and Shoshanna. Second Sun greetings to all. We are OWS and Shoshanna is here with us, and we are ready to assist you with any questions you may have. We think that after this experience, very intense and perhaps even emotional questions might arise. Do you have questions for OWS and Shoshanna? Member, I have a question. I've been told that there would be, in fact it is already showing, that there will be two suns, that there is a feminine solar part of their masculine solar sun. And it is already manifesting, so when we get to our new earth and new dimension we will have two suns, and, when they are there, we will have no darkness, we will have no night. And the other thing is that we will have 7 moons around the new dimensional place we are going to. Could you clarify this for me? OWS, here we will say that you are right about the two suns, in terms of the twin souls who will experience, or that humanity will experience, when it is ready to do so. As for the second sun, yes, there is a feminine aspect of the masculine solar sun, and this will appear to those who have passed through that door, so to speak, and when you are able to experience it. It was represented in the film 2001, A Space Odyssey. Not the first one, but the one that came out later, set 10 years later, 2010. The year we make contact. The one that was about Jupiter and dates back many years. We find it here. It was shown in the sequel to the film, where the second sun is shown. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Shoshanna, not at this time. OWS, would there be other questions? Remember, my question is, every time I go to that mountain, that one with that, beings living under Mount Shasta in California. So I don't know if there is any particular significance in the fact that I have a special love for that place and have been there many times. And I know that the beings living down there belong to higher dimensions. So is there another particular significance, not personal, that drives me to seek that door? OWS, we didn't quite understand your question. Please rephrase it here. Member, is there a certain significance, or is there a real dimensional door there that I am about to go through, or a certain significance to Mount Shasta in terms of their passage? OWS, apparently, this would indicate a connection you have with those, in terms of the Agarthans, in terms of those Telosians, in terms of connection with your Lemurian brothers and sisters, and that you come from that time in Lemuria, and you found yourself in that inner sanctuary when the continent of Mu sank. You see. So you're living the reconnection with those brothers and sisters of yours who still reside there, apparently, and you have a strong connection with those dear ones who are there. So it is simply an irrepressible desire to find yourself there again. But to do so, you must be ready to cross that door again that we speak of in terms of the ring pass knot, the new dimensional portal you are creating, and the connection with Telos and beyond, to other galaxies and even beyond this. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Shoshanna, we will tell you that there are many portals and gateways all over the planet that are significant because they can only be crossed when you reach the vibrational frequency of those gateways. You see? OWS, do you have anything else to add on this topic? Or, Shoshanna, is there anything you would like to add? Shoshanna, we would just like to say that in all these conversations, reference is always made to frequency, to vibrational frequency. And it is often mentioned in your conversations. And this is precisely the point where everything comes down to the dimensional doors you have explained. When you manage to reach a frequency that matches the door you wish to cross, then you will cross it. The idea that you cross these doors during meditation or in dreams is because the conscious mind, so tied to the three-dimensional illusion, is absent, it does not participate. Therefore, it is easier to reach a frequency of unity and a frequency of higher spiritual understanding when the mind attached to the third dimension does not participate. This is why it happens during meditation and in the dream state, because you are not fully participating in the matrix. That is what we would offer. OWS, are there other questions? Member, yes. I have had a lot of trouble falling asleep. And if I do fall asleep, it's for short periods, like an hour and a half, and then I wake up again. I have to think that this is my new normal, or that this is the feeling I have. But maybe it's a malfunction, and also I have a lot of activity, or some kind of discomfort related to the inability to sleep. And those two are related. Thank you. OWS, well, first of all we ask you a question. Does this lack of sleep affect your normal daily activities? Member, not really. Not really. OWS, and that is your answer, in the sense that you are exactly where you need to be right now. This does not mean you don't need sleep. You do need sleep. But if you are approaching an inner frequency that will require less and less sleep, this applies to all of you. Maybe you are already experiencing, or if you are not already, the awareness that you don't need to sleep as much as you used to. Now, this can go both ways. It might feel like you need more sleep or less. It depends on your central nervous system and where you are in terms of frequency at any given moment. So know that it is natural to experience both situations, both the need for more sleep and the need for less. Because, again, your central nervous system is adjusting to whatever is necessary here in terms of energy coming from the planet. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Shoshanna, well, we would like to add something. Let's just say that sleep is overrated. This is an idea ingrained in your culture, where you are programmed to believe. You see? So, when you are a child, your parents tell you that you must go to bed early and sleep 8 or 10 hours because you are a child. And this is what you are programmed to believe, that you need 8 hours, 8 hours. And then it was modified to 6 8 hours or 7 8 hours. But what really happens? We know in fact that only specific sleep patterns are able to completely regenerate the body, and that is the REM phase. So that is the ideal. The ideal is REM sleep, rather than needing to sleep more. Because when you reach that peak, you enter a mental state that allows your body to regenerate and relax completely. So, if you can reach the REM phase of sleep for even 10 minutes, you can essentially feel like you have slept for 3 or 4 hours. You see? Another important aspect is meditation. When you practice deep meditation, you can reach a mental state that allows such relaxation that, for example, a 30-minute meditation equals about 3 hours of sleep. Sleep is not what you think. And then there is the term power nap. Have you ever heard of it? Many people think they can sleep 10 minutes and feel refreshed. Well, we know that there are so-called power naps, short naps of 10 or 15 minutes, that give the feeling of sleeping 1 or 2 hours. So, basically, the situation is very varied. As long as the service asks you if this disrupts your routine, the answer is no. So we would say, don't think about it. If you sleep for an hour and a half, you wake up and then fall back asleep. It's simply what your body does. And it has no relevance to the health of your body. You see? So we simply advise you to meditate and not give it any power or credit. And we will tell you that the person we are talking to has also had practically the same experience. They don't sleep much, but they're monitoring their activities and realize that it actually isn't affecting them. You see? So, is this helpful in any way? Member, yes, thank you. Thank you very much for the confirmation. Thank you. OWS, very well. Do you have any other questions? Member, I have a question. It's the third day that I've been feeling this sensation, a vertical and clear energy surrounding me, almost close to my body, about my own height, etc. And with this, I have felt it for all of the last 2 days and also today, but I keep feeling new energy, new energy. Could you therefore elaborate on this, please? OWS, we assure you that new energies are arriving. That is why many of you are experiencing this feeling of change occurring in your central nervous system. And you are getting more and more accustomed to these energies. And while others would not even be able to grasp this concept, that there are energies entering the planet, you have known it for a long time. And you will be able to perceive and experience these energies again because your central nervous system is adapting. And so you must understand that yes, it is actually happening and will continue to happen. And in the near future, you will feel even newer energies arriving. Shoshanna, do you have anything to add? Shoshanna, I have a question. Maybe we could ask it here. What do you think it is? Member, I think it's a feeling similar to what OWS described. It's just telling me that all this new energy is coming, and for me it's quite easy to perceive it for a long time. So, I didn't know, maybe there's something more than what I was told, but thank you. Shoshanna, do you believe that? Well, we will ask you why you called it vertical energy. Member, it was the shape of the energy. The shape of the energy was just like my body. The width of my body, the height of my body. It wraps perfectly around my body. Shoshanna, yes. And this is being given to you by other beings of light who are promoting that energy within you. That is why you have the feeling that it is not in contact with the body. They are projecting it onto you. You have companions. We know that you have the ability to invoke your light companions to accelerate the energy within you. OWS, very well. We need to release the channel. Is there any other question we would like to ask? Otherwise, let's move on. Nothing else. Shoshanna, do you have a farewell message? Shoshanna, I do not. OWS, then we simply tell you to continue doing everything you can to get closer to that door. Know that that door is real, that it exists and is there for you, inviting you to cross it. But remember, every time you cross it in your meditations, in your visions, whatever it is, do not look back as you cross that door. This is important because every time you look back, you cling to a tie. Shanti, peace be with you. Be the one.